Have you ever seen something so incredible, so monumental, that it completely rewrote what you thought was possible? Today, we're journeying high into the Peruvian Andes, to a place that does just that. We're exploring the colossal fortress of Sacsayhuaman, a testament to an empire that achieved the impossible. The stones here are legendary. Some weigh over 100 tons, yet they are fitted together so perfectly, without a single drop of mortar, that you can't even slide a piece of paper between them. And the most mind-boggling part, it was all built without machines, without the wheel, without iron tools. How did they do it? And more importantly, why does this ancient marvel still hold such power over us today? Stick around as we unravel the secrets of Sacsayhuaman, a structure built to last forever. Welcome back. As you look at these massive walls zigzagging across the landscape, it is easy to see why the Spanish conquistadors thought they were the work of demons or giants. But the truth is even more impressive. Sacsayhuaman was the masterpiece of the Inca Empire, a civilization that, at its peak, was the largest in the world. This wasn't just a military fortress. It was a spiritual, political, and ceremonial center. Imagine this place bustling with life. Priests conducting rituals to the sun god Inti, the Sapa Inca himself, the emperor presiding over grand festivals. Warehouses here stored food, textiles, and precious metals, serving as a vital hub for the entire region. It was the head of the Puma, the sacred shape the Inca capital of Cusco was designed to represent. Sacsayhuaman was the brain and the crown of a mighty empire, a symbol of its power and its deep connection to the cosmos. The sheer scale tells a story of incredible organization and a society working in perfect harmony. So, let's tackle the million-dollar question. How did they build it? The official story tells us of a massive, coordinated effort involving tens of thousands of workers. They quarried these enormous limestone and andesite blocks miles away. Then came the Herculean task of moving them. Pictured thousands of men, using nothing but fiber ropes, log rollers, and sheer muscle, dragging these monoliths up steep mountain slopes. It's a feat that challenges our modern understanding of logistics. To shape the stones, they used harder river cobbles to patiently pound and grind the surfaces until they were perfectly smooth. For the famous interlocking joints, they would lower a massive stone onto the one below it, mark the points of contact, lift it back up chip, weigh the excess, and repeat this process over and over again until the fit was absolutely perfect. It's a method that required unbelievable patience, precision, and an almost obsessive attention to detail. This wasn't just construction, it was artistry on a cyclopean scale. The result is a structure so seismically sound that it has withstood centuries of powerful earthquakes that have leveled modern buildings in Cusco. The legacy of Sacsayhuaman goes far beyond its construction. It's a powerful symbol of cultural identity for the Quechua people, the descendants of the Inca. For centuries after the Spanish conquest, their culture was suppressed, but these stones remained, a silent, powerful reminder of their ancestors' greatness. Today, Sacsayhuaman is not a ruin. It's a living, breathing part of modern Peruvian culture. Every year, on the winter solstice, these very grounds host the Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun. It's a massive, vibrant reenactment of the most important Inca ceremony. Thousands of actors in colorful traditional dress fill these plazas, bringing the history of the Inca Empire to life for the whole world to see. It's a spectacular celebration of heritage, a declaration that the spirit of the Inca is still very much alive. This place connects the past to the present, ensuring that the legacy of this incredible civilization is never forgotten. It's a bridge across time, built of stone and spirit. In our fast-paced, digital world, it is easy to get caught up in the latest technology and forget the lessons of the past. But places like Sacsayhuaman force us to pause and reflect. They remind us of what humanity is capable of when we work together towards a common goal. 20,000 people, working in unison with a shared vision, created something that has endured for over 500 years. It's a powerful lesson in cooperation, community, and perseverance. In an era of disposable goods and fleeting trends, Sacsayhuaman stands as a monument to permanence, quality, and long-term vision. It challenges our own notions of progress. What are we building today that will still be standing in 500 years? What legacy will our generation leave behind for the future? This ancient fortress isn't just a tourist attraction. It's a mirror reflecting our own potential and our own responsibilities. The preservation of Sacsayhuaman is a continuous effort. It faces threats from weathering, erosion, and the sheer volume of visitors who come to marvel at its walls. Peruvian authorities and international organizations work together to study and conserve the site. Archaeologists are still making new discoveries here, uncovering new sections and artifacts that add to our understanding of the Inca. But the most important preservation effort is the cultural one. By sharing these stories, by celebrating festivals like Inti Raymi, and by teaching the next generation about their heritage, the people of Cusco are the true guardians of Sacsayhuaman. When you visit, you're not just seeing old stones. You are participating in this living legacy. Your respect and your curiosity help to keep its story alive. It's a shared responsibility to protect this wonder of the world for all future generations. As we stand here, with the sprawling city of Cusco below and the Andes Mountains embracing us, it's impossible not to feel a sense of awe. Sacsayhuaman is more than just an archaeological site. It is a profound statement about human potential. It stands as an enduring reminder that our greatest achievements are not born from technology alone, but from our ingenuity, our cooperation, and our unbreakable spirit. It teaches us that with a shared purpose, we can move mountains, both literally and figuratively. The Inca built this place to honor their gods and their empire. But in doing so, they left a gift for all of humanity, a timeless story written in stone. Stones weighing more than airplanes, cut with surgical precision, and fitted together without a single drop of mortars, all on a remote mountain ridge high in the Andes. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real. This is Sacsayhuaman, and for centuries, it has left experts absolutely baffled. Archaeologists, engineers, and historians are still trying to figure out how this incredible structure was even possible. It remains one of the most astonishing and mysterious stone constructions in all of human history. High above the ancient Inca capital of Cusco, Peru, stands a structure that, by all accounts, should not exist. Its name in Quechua means something like satisfied falcon, and when you see its position, you understand why. It's perched on a steep hill, looking down over the entire Cusco Valley. This wasn't just a random spot. The location was chosen with incredible strategic genius. From here, the Inca could see anyone coming from miles away, making it the perfect lookout post and defensive line for their sacred capital below. Historical records, written by the Spanish conquistadors, who were both awestruck and terrified by it, describe Sacsayhuaman as both a ceremonial complex and a formidable defensive stronghold. It was the guardian of Cusco, a physical and spiritual shield for the heart of the Inca Empire. Imagine the scene centuries ago, bustling Cusco below, with its temples and palaces, and looming above it, this monumental fortress, its zigzag walls glinting in the Andean sun. It was a statement of power, a symbol of the Incas' mastery over their environment. Let's talk about those walls, because they are the main event. Sacsayhuaman is famous for its three massive, terraced walls that run parallel to each other for hundreds of meters. These aren't just any walls. The stones used to build them are mind-bogglingly huge. The largest one, which is an andesite block, is estimated to weigh somewhere between 120 and 200 tons. That is, heavier than a blue whale or a Boeing 757. How on earth did they move these colossal rocks? The quarry was miles away, and the terrain is rough and mountainous. The Inca didn't have wheels for transport, nor did they have draft animals strong enough to pull such weights, like oxen or horses. The official theory suggests that thousands of men, using ropes, ramps, and sheer brute force, dragged these stones up the mountainside. Can you even picture that? The sheer coordination, effort, and human power required is almost unimaginable. Some legends even say the stones were softened with a special plant-based liquid, making them easier to shape and move, though there's no scientific evidence for this. But when you stand next to one of these giants, you can't help but wonder if there's more to the story. And then there's the precision. The stones are not uniform blocks like you'd see in a modern wall. They are irregular, polygonal shapes, with multiple corners and angles. Yet, they fit together so perfectly that you can't even slide a piece of paper between them. This technique is called ashlar masonry, and the Inca were absolute masters of it. Each stone was meticulously carved to fit snugly against its neighbors. It's like a giant, three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle, but with pieces that weigh tons. This method also made the walls incredibly resistant to earthquakes, which are common in the region. The stones can dance during a tremor and then settle back into place. It's an ingenious piece of engineering that has allowed Sacsayhuaman to withstand centuries of seismic activity. So, how did they achieve this level of precision? The common theory is that they used a scribe and fit method. They would hoist a new stone on top of the one below it, trace the shape of the bottom stone onto the new one, and then carve it down until it fit perfectly. They would repeat this process over and over, slowly but surely, until the fit was exact. The tools they used were likely harder river stones and bronze chisels. It must have been an incredibly slow and laborious process, requiring immense skill and patience. When you run your hand over the smooth surface of these joints, you're touching the result of countless hours of dedicated craftsmanship. Now, was Sacsayhuaman just a fortress? While its defensive capabilities are obvious, many historians believe it had a much deeper, more sacred purpose. The layout of Cusco itself was designed to resemble a puma, a sacred animal in Inca cosmology. Sacsayhuaman formed the head of this puma, with its zigzag walls representing the teeth. This tells us it wasn't just a military outpost. It was an integral part of the sacred landscape of the capital. Inside the walls, archaeologists have found foundations of other buildings, including what are believed to be temples, residential areas, and storehouses. One of the most significant structures within the complex was a massive tower. Spanish chroniclers describe 3 large towers standing on the summit. The Muyucmarca was a circular tower, about 22 meters in diameter, that likely served as a royal residence or a temple dedicated to the sun god Inti. Sadly, after the Spanish conquest, Sacsayhuaman was systematically dismantled. The Spanish used its perfectly cut stones as a quarry to build their own churches and colonial houses down in Cusco. Stones of this magnificent Inca monument were repurposed to build the new colonial capital. Today, only the foundations of the towers and about 20% of the original structure remain. What we see now, as impressive as it is just a shadow of its former glory. Every year, during the winter solstice, it hosts the Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun. This ancient Inca ceremony has been revived, and thousands of locals and tourists gather to watch a vibrant reenactment of Inca rituals. Dressed in colorful traditional costumes, performers reenact the roles of the Sapa Inca, his queen, and the high priests, making offerings to the sun god. The entire fortress comes alive, echoing with music, chants, and celebration. It's a powerful connection to the past, a reminder that the spirit of the Inca is still very much alive in this place. The festival is a testament to the cultural resilience of the Andean people. So what happened to the Inca and their incredible building knowledge? The Spanish conquest in the 16th century was devastating. The empire was torn apart by disease and warfare, and much of the accumulated knowledge, including their advanced engineering techniques, was lost. The master builders who held the secrets of Sacsayhuaman disappeared, and their methods were never written down. This is why we're left with so many questions. We can theorize and make educated guesses, but the full truth of how they accomplished such a feat remains shrouded in mystery. Some theories venture into more speculative territory. Because the construction is so precise and on such a massive scale, some people have proposed that the Inca must have had help from an older, even more advanced civilization, or perhaps even from extraterrestrial visitors. While these ideas are exciting, there's no concrete evidence to support them. Most archaeologists and historians are confident that Sacsayhuaman was the work of the Inca people themselves, a testament to their incredible ingenuity, social organization, and sheer willpower. It's a reminder not to underestimate the capabilities of ancient cultures. Visiting Sacsayhuaman today is an unforgettable experience. As you walk among these colossal stones, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. The scale is almost impossible to comprehend until you're standing right next to a wall that towers over you. You can climb to the top of the site and get a panoramic view of Cusco, just as the Inca guards once did. You can explore the mysterious rock formations nearby, like the Rodadero, a natural rock slide, and the Chincana, a series of underground tunnels, some of which are said to lead all the way to Cusco's main temple, the Coricancia. Exploring these adds another layer of mystery and adventure to the site. In the end, Sacsayhuaman is more than just a pile of impressive rocks. It is a symbol of a civilization that reached incredible heights. It's a puzzle that continues to challenge our understanding of the past. It is a sacred place that still pulses with energy and meaning for the people of the Andes. It stands as a silent, powerful witness to the genius of the Inca Empire, leaving us all to wonder at the secrets locked within its stones. Have you ever seen a puzzle so perfect it almost seems impossible? We re-dive in deep into the Andes Mountains to uncover the secrets behind one of the greatest engineering marvels in human history. Incredible stonework of the Inca Empire. This isn't your standard brick and mortar construction. This is Cyclopean masonry, a technique so advanced it continues to baffle engineers and historians alike. The most famous example is Sacsayhuaman, a fortress overlooking the ancient Inca capital of Cusco. The walls are made of enormous, irregularly shaped stones that fit together like a giant, three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle. This style, known as polygonal masonry, is not just beautiful, it's genius. Many of these Inca walls have stood firm for over 500 years. It's an ancient form of earthquake-proofing, built right into the design. The Inca accomplished these architectural feats without the tools we consider essential for construction. They had no iron or steel. Their tools were made from harder stones, like hematite and maybe bronze chisels. Think about that for a second. They were shaping massive andesite and granite blocks using other rocks. It would have required incredible patience, skill, and an astronomical amount of effort. And how did they move these colossal stones from the quarries, sometimes miles away, over mountainous terrain? The Inca didn't have the wheel for transport. They didn't have draft animals strong enough to pull 100-ton blocks. The prevailing theory is that they used immense manpower, ropes, and ramps. Imagine thousands of workers pulling these giants up earthen ramps, inch by inch. It speaks volumes about their social organization. This wasn't just a construction project. It was a testament to the collective power of a highly organized society. The Inca state was able to mobilize and coordinate a workforce on a scale that is hard to comprehend today. They didn't need advanced machines because their society itself was the machine. One of the most debated techniques is how they achieved such perfect fits. One theory suggests a process of scribing and coping. They would hoist a massive stone into position above the one below it, then meticulously trace the contours of the bottom stone onto the upper one. Then, they'd lower the stone, chip away at it, and repeat the process over and over again until the fit was perfect. It's an incredibly labor-intensive method, but it could explain the flawless joints. Another, more controversial idea is that they might have had a way to soften the stone, perhaps using acidic plant extracts. While there's no definitive proof for this, the sheer perfection of the stonework makes people wonder if there was a lost chemical secret. Let's look at the quarry marks. At sites like Ollantaytambo, you can still see massive blocks that were abandoned midway, left in the quarry or along the transport route. These tired stones, or sacusca in Quechua, give us clues. We can see the pounding marks from their stone tools and the channels they cut to split the rock. They would carve a line of holes, insert wooden wedges, and then soak the wedges with water. As the wood expanded, the force would be strong enough to crack the massive boulder along the desired line. It's a simple principle, but applying it on this scale is nothing short of brilliant. But why go to all this trouble? Why not just cut uniform, rectangular bricks like so many other civilizations? The answer might lie in their worldview. The Inca revered nature, especially the mountains and the stones themselves. They called them appas, or mountain spirits. By working with the natural shape of the stone, they were showing respect. They weren't imposing their will on the landscape. They were harmonizing with it. Each stone retained its individual character, yet it became part of a stronger, unified whole. This philosophy is reflected in the walls themselves, a collection of unique individuals working together to create something powerful and enduring. It was a physical manifestation of their social and spiritual beliefs. The lack of a written language also adds to the mystery. Without blueprints or detailed architectural plans, how was this knowledge passed down? It was likely a system of oral tradition, apprenticeships, and specialized guilds of masons. Master craftsmen would have held this knowledge as a sacred trust, passing it from generation to generation. They may have used models, perhaps small-scale clay versions of the walls, or complex systems of knotted cords called quipus to record measurements and instructions. The quipu is a fascinating subject, on its own a form of three-dimensional information storage that we are still trying to fully decipher. As possible, the plans for these incredible structures are hidden within the knots and colors of these ancient chords. So what we see in the stones of Cusco and Machu Picchu isn't just a display of technical skill. It's the story of a civilization that achieved the seemingly impossible through unity, ingenuity, and a deep connection to their environment. They prove that you don't need lasers and computers to create something that lasts forever. You need a powerful vision, incredible organization, and a profound respect for the materials you work with. The Inca stonework challenges our modern assumptions about what defines an advanced society. They may not have had the wheel, but their understanding of geometry, logistics, and structural engineering was world. They built an empire in one of the most challenging environments on Earth, and their legacy, literally carved in stone, continues to inspire awe and wonder to this day. It reminds us that there are many paths to innovation and that some of the most powerful solutions can be found by working with nature, not against it. Did you know that some of the most famous Inca ruins are shaped like a giant animal? It sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that the very layout of their cities was a secret message, a map of their cosmos carved into the earth itself? Those weren't just for defense, they were designed to be the teeth of this great cosmic puma. This isn't just a cool historical fact, it's a window into the mind of an entire civilization. The Incas didn't just build on the land, they built asterisk with asterisk the land, seeing divinity in every mountain, river, and stone. To really get the Incas, you have to forget everything you know about cities and architecture. For them, the natural world wasn't something to be conquered or paved over. It was alive, powerful, and sacred. They called this concept sacred geography. Mountains weren't just mountains. Powerful mountain spirits that watched over them, protected them, and provided them with water. Rivers weren't just sources of irrigation. They were veins of the earth, connecting different worlds and certain rock formations, places where the spiritual world touched the physical. The Incas believed they were the children of the sun god, Inti, and their role was to maintain balance and harmony, or asterisk, any asterisk, between humanity and this sacred landscape. So, when they built something, they weren't just putting up a building, they were engaging in a conversation with the cosmos. Every decision, from the placement of a city to the angle of a wall, was intentional. It was designed to align with celestial events like solstices, to channel the energy of the Apis, and to reflect their understanding of the universe. This is why you see structures that perfectly mimic the shape of the mountain behind them, or windows that frame a sacred peak or the rising sun on a specific day. They were harmonizing their creations with the grand, divine architecture that was already there. Cusco itself was considered the navel of the universe, the central point from which sacred lines, or asterisk seeks asterisk, radiated out across the landscape, connecting hundreds of huacas. In a massive spiritual network, their world was an interconnected web of sacred energy, and their architecture was the tool they used to navigate and amplify it. In the Inca worldview, the cosmos was divided into three realms. There was the upper world, home to the gods of the sky, represented by the mighty condor. There was the underworld, the realm of the dead and the unborn, represented by the serpent. And then there was our world, the middle world. The city of Cusco wasn't just an administrative center. It was a physical manifestation of their dominance and connection to the sacred order of the universe. The head of this great puma was the fortress of Sacsayhuaman, the seat of military and spiritual power. The heart was the main plaza, the center of Inca life, and the body was the residential and administrative districts, all laid out in a way that flowed with the land's contours. Living in Cusco meant living inside this sacred symbol, constantly reminded of their place in the cosmos and the power of their empire. It was a brilliant fusion of urban planning, religious symbolism, and political propaganda, all etched into the landscape itself. Now let's zoom in on those incredible zigzag walls of Sacsayhuaman, the teeth of the puma. It's one of the most awe-inspiring examples of Inca masonry. How did they do it? The truth is, we still don't know for sure. It remains one of history's great mysteries. But beyond the incredible engineering, think about the symbolism. These aren't straight, defensive walls like you'd see in a European castle. They are dynamic, jagged, and alive. They look like lightning bolts, another symbol of divine power, or the sharp, powerful teeth of their symbolic puma. This design wasn't just for show. From a practical standpoint, the zigzag pattern created defensive angles that would expose attackers to a crossfire of projectiles from the defenders on the walls. It was tactically brilliant. But for the Incas, function and spirit were never separate. These walls were both a formidable defense and a powerful religious statement. They proclaimed the might of the Inca states, protected by the very spirit of the puma. Standing before these walls, an approaching enemy wouldn't just see a fortress. They would see the raw power of the Inca cosmos made manifest in stone. A warning that they were not just challenging an army, but the natural and divine order itself. This idea of a tripartite cosmos sky air underworld was central to Inca life. It wasn't an abstract philosophical concept. It was a daily reality reflected everywhere, from their myths to their art to their architecture. The condor, flying high above the Andes, was the messenger of the gods, connecting the earthly realm to the celestial asterisk. Hanan Pasha. Asterisk. It represented vision, wisdom, and the divine. The serpent, which sheds its skin and often lives underground or near water. The world of the dead and the source of new life. It represented transformation, rebirth, and the hidden knowledge of the earth. Cusco wasn't just the navel of the world. It was the world in miniature, a place where the sky, earth, and underworld all converged. It was the ultimate sacred space, where humans could live in harmony with the divine forces that govern their existence. It shows that Inca architecture was so much more than just buildings. It was a language written in stone, a three-dimensional expression of their entire worldview. They saw no separation between the man-made and the natural, between the physical and the spiritual. For the Incas, a temple wasn't just a place to worship gods. It was a tool to channel the energy of the sacred landscape and align themselves with the cosmos. A city wasn't just a place to live. It was a living symbol, a model of the universe itself. They were masters of what we might call environmental or spiritual architecture. They listened to the land, observed the stars, and built their world in harmony with the forces they believed governed everything. Their structures were designed to be part of the landscape, not to dominate it. They complemented the mountains, framed the sun, and channeled the rivers. This deep connection to nature is a powerful lesson for us today. In a world where we often feel disconnected from our environment, the Incas remind us that we are part of a larger whole. Their stone cities, shaped like sacred animals and aligned with the stars, stand as a testament to a civilization that saw the entire world as a temple and themselves as its devoted caretakers. The Puma of Cusco may no longer be complete, but its spirit endures in the stones, a timeless reminder of the power and wisdom of living in harmony with the cosmos. Their legacy, carved in stone across the Andes, tells a story of incredible ingenuity and organization that still baffles engineers today. But their engineering prowess didn't stop at walls. The Inca were mastered road builders. They created a vast network, the Capacon, stretching over 25,000 miles, connecting their sprawling empire from modern-day Colombia to Chile. This wasn't just a dirt path. It was an all-weather highway system that traversed some of the world's most challenging terrain. They built suspension bridges woven from ichu grass fibers, strong enough to hold people and llamas, and they were regularly repaired and replaced. They carved stairways directly into mountain cliffs and built causeways across marshlands. This road system was the circulatory system of the empire, allowing for the rapid movement of armies, administrators, goods, and information. And how did they manage information without writing? They used a fascinating device called the kipa. These were collections of knotted strings, where the type of knot, its position, and the color of the string all held specific meanings. For a long time, we thought quipus were just for accounting, tracking census data, crop yields, and taxes, and they were brilliant for that. It was a sophisticated binary system that allowed them to run a massive, centrally planned economy. But a recent research suggests quipus might have been more. Some scholars believe they may have also recorded stories, histories, and genealogies, a form of three-dimensional communication we are only just beginning to decipher. This system was so effective that the Inca could manage resources across a territory larger than the Roman Empire at its peak. This brings us to their administrative genius. The Inca Empire was a marvel of social organization. Society was structured on a decimal system for administrative purposes. Households were grouped into units of 10, 100, 1,000, and and so on, each with a designated leader responsible to the level above. This hierarchical structure made tax collection and labor mobilization incredibly efficient. The meta system, for instance, was a form of public service where every able-bodied man had to work for the state for a certain number of days each year. This is how they built their roads, temples, and agricultural terraces without money or a market economy. It was a system built on reciprocity and obligation. Let's talk about their agriculture. How do you feed millions in the steep, unforgiving Andes? The Inca answered with terracing. They transformed entire mountainsides into giant, stepped gardens. These terraces, called andines, weren't just piles of dirt. They were sophisticated engineering projects with layers of gravel for drainage, sand, and rich topsoil. This design prevented erosion, maximized sunlight exposure, and created microclimates that allowed them to grow a variety of crops, like potatoes, maize, and quinoa, at different altitudes. They also built extensive irrigation canals and aqueducts, some stretching for miles, to bring water from mountain springs to these terraces. Their understanding of hydrology was exceptional. When we compare the Inca to other ancient civilizations, their unique path to complexity becomes clear. The Egyptians had writing, wheels, and powerful lifting devices to build the pyramids. The Romans had concrete arches and a massive slave labor force. The Inca had none of these in the same way. Their power came from human organization and a deep, practical understanding of their environment. They didn't conquer the mountains, they partnered with them. Their tools were simple stone hammers, bronze teasels, but their systems were profoundly complex. They built an empire that was sustainable, efficient, and resilient, all through brilliant social engineering. Think about the Moray archaeological site. It has a series of concentric circular terraces that sink into the earth, like a giant green amphitheater. The temperature difference between the top and bottom terrace can be as much as 15 degrees Celsius. It's believed to have been an agricultural research station, where the Inca tested different crop varieties at different altitudes and temperatures. Essentially a massive open-air greenhouse. This demonstrates a level of scientific experimentation and planning that is simply astounding. Ultimately, the story of the Inca is a powerful reminder that there isn't just one way to build a great civilization. Technology isn't just about machines and metal. It's also about systems, organization, and knowledge. The Inca achieved a level of sophistication that rivaled any of their old world contemporaries, but they did it on their own terms, with their own unique solutions. Their empire may have been short-lived, tragically cut down by the Spanish conquest, but their legacy, written in the very stones of the Andes, continues to inspire awe and wonder. They show us what's possible with human ingenuity, cooperation, and a profound respect for the world around us. Have you ever looked at a massive ancient stone wall and just wondered, how did they build something so monumental, so enduring, with none of our modern technology? It's a plausible theory, and it highlights the incredible organizational power and determination of the Inca Empire. But as plausible as it is, it's not the whole story, and it doesn't satisfy everyone. This is where the more speculative, and honestly, more exciting theories come into play. Some researchers have looked at the incredible precision of the stonework and wondered if there was a lost technology at play. One idea is that the Inca had developed a method to soften the stone. The legend goes that they used a special liquid derived from native plants that could turn rock into a putty-like substance. This would have allowed them to mold the stones perfectly into place. However, no conclusive evidence of such a substance has ever been found, and the specific plants mentioned in the legends haven't demonstrated these properties under scientific testing. So for now, it remains a captivating but unproven hypothesis. Then we have the debate over tool marks. When you look closely at the stones of Sacsayhuaman, you will notice something strange. A distinct lack of the kind of marks you'd expect from primitive tools. If you're chipping away at hardensite with softer stone hammers, you'd expect to see countless percussion marks, chips, and imperfections. Yet, many of the surfaces are remarkably smooth, with complex, curved angles that seem almost machined. Some stones have been cut with such precision that they have multiple faces, all fitting perfectly against their neighbors. How could this be achieved with simple pounding and grinding? Some researchers have found evidence of what they believe are scoop marks, suggesting a tool that could carve out stone not just chip it. Others point to vitrification, a glass-like sheen on some surfaces as evidence of intense heat being used. Perhaps a form of advanced laser or thermal technology. Of course, these are fringe ideas, but they arise directly from the evidence on the ground. Or rather, in the stone, which conventional theories struggle to fully explain. The precision isn't just about the fit, it's about the geometry. The entire complex is a masterpiece of engineering. The zigzagging walls aren't just for aesthetics. They were a brilliant defensive design, forcing attackers into kill zones and exposing their flanks. But beyond the military genius, there's an astronomical alignment. The layout of Sacsayhuaman corresponds with celestial events, acting as a massive calendar and observatory. The builders had a profound understanding of solar and lunar cycles, and they embedded this knowledge directly into the architecture. This level of planning, on such a colossal scale, without written blueprints, is simply staggering. It implies a system of knowledge transfer and a mastery of applied mathematics and astronomy that we are only beginning to appreciate. Could they have used complex knotted cords, known as quipus, to record data? Or was there another system, now lost to time, for designing and executing such a grand vision? Perhaps one of the most compelling pieces of the puzzle lies in what we can't see. More than ground-penetrating radar surveys have revealed a vast network of underground tunnels and chambers, or chincanas, beneath Sacsayhuaman. While some of these tunnels are known and can be explored for short distances, many are blocked by collapses or are considered too dangerous to enter. Legends speak of a vast underground labyrinth connecting Sacsayhuaman to Cusco's city center, and even the Temple of the Sun, Corocancia. It's said that these tunnels held the Inca's greatest treasures: gold, silver, and sacred artifacts hidden from the Spanish conquistadors. While a vast treasure is unlikely, the existence of this subterranean world adds another layer of complexity to the site. What was its purpose? Was it for storage? For secret religious ceremonies? Or did it serve a military or escape function? Until we can safely explore these hidden passages, we can only speculate. And this brings us back to the human element. For every mystery, for every unanswered question, there's a team of dedicated scientists and researchers working to find the answer. Sacsayhuaman is not a dead ruin. It's an active site of scientific inquiry. Archaeologists are constantly re-examining the site with new technologies. Geologists study the quarry sites to understand the stone's origin and the logistics of its transport. Archaeoastronomers continue to decode the celestial alignments built into the walls. Each new discovery, whether it's a tiny, overlooked tool mark or a massive underground anomaly detected by radar, adds a new piece to the puzzle. But sometimes, a new discovery only deepens the mystery, opening up a whole new set of questions. The story of Sacsayhuaman is the story of a civilization that reached incredible heights, but it's also a story about humility. It reminds us that our modern perspective isn't the only one, and that ancient peoples possessed a knowledge and a wisdom that we may never fully comprehend. The Inca left us a legacy written not on paper, but in stone, a permanent, powerful challenge to our assumptions. The stones of Sacsayhuaman don't just sit there. They ask questions. They ask us to reconsider the limits of human potential, to imagine a world with a different kind of technology, and to accept that some of history's greatest secrets may remain just that, secrets. The search for answers continues, and that, perhaps, is the most exciting part of the story. The enduring mystery is what keeps us coming back, gazing up at those impossible walls and wondering. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of the Inca Empire. If you found this as fascinating as I do, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure into the mysteries of the ancient world. What ancient marvels should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring.